Welcome to 1 Minute What the Hell. So here we are playing the Game Gear. We're going to be playing all the Batman games on the Game Gear, just like we did with the Game Boy. This time around, there was really only 2 Game Gear games that were released that were Batman games. And this is one of them right here, Batman Returns. As you can see, the introduction looks very, very, very fancy for the Game Gear. Very, very nice. See, the introduction does have a little bit of a platform into it, and oh, what the hell was that? You can actually choose which route you want to take. That's actually pretty cool. Now, what I'm supposed to do, I'm not sure. See, we'll walk forward. See, Batman has a boomerang, which makes the game quite easy. We got... what the hell is that? I got hit by a parked vehicle. So graphically, the game is awesome. The sound on the game is, you know, your typical Game Gear sound. Nothing really special. The gameplay on it appears to be very... that's actually pretty cool. You can actually destroy the vehicle right there. Not sure what the point of that was, but... you can advance on to the next area of the game right here. It's more like a hack and slash beat 'em up type game. The ability to use a grappling hook in the game is pretty awesome. This can actually hop up here and get to the top somehow. It's a little difficult to get up there, but there is a way of going up there. There's certain parts of the game that are a little bit difficult. So say the grappling hook is a little challenging because you, there probably is a way of getting up to that platformer, but since these guys are up here, if you try jumping up there, of course, they're going to knock you out. It looks like we have a boss here. What the hell is that? So of course, when you fight bosses, you have to really time yourself when you jump and when you throw a weapon at this guy right here. Because if you don't, of course, that doesn't make the game easy at all. But I must say overall that this game is probably not a bad Game Gear game at all. I mean, if you have a Game Gear, let me see, I just fell down a hole. If you have a Game Gear and you're planning on collecting more Game Gear games and you don't have this game as of yet, then you know, why not? Just, if you like Batman, this game is definitely not that bad at all. And then we have this game right here, which just happened to be the game that wasn't really that great on the Game Boy. It was Batman Forever. It's like the same exact title screen, but with color. It's like the same exact menu, but with color. And then right here we have the same exact introduction. Of course, with color, because it's the Game Gear. So far, oh yeah, it looks exactly the same, but with color. Of course, the graphics definitely look pretty good on it. Yeah, the gameplay appears to be the same so far. I mean, with the addition of the color, it does look a lot nicer. And maybe it makes the game a little bit more playable, because you can see a lot more stuff on the game itself, but it appears to be the same exact game. Quite a bit of Mortal Kombat mixed into Batman. And right here you have to push down up to go to the top, just like the Game Boy version. Of course, there's a lot of things in this game that I still don't know how to do because the controls on this game are very, very weird. This appears to be very, very identical to the Game Boy version, except with the addition of color. I guess to get down to the first floor, you just have to hit down, down, and you drop down to the first floor. I guess if I had to choose between the Game Boy and the Game Gear version to play, I would probably play the Game Gear version because, you know, what the hell, you're getting color out of it. So it does look nicer. The Game Boy version, of course, didn't look that great. The fluent animations on the characters themselves look actually pretty decent. As you can see there, if you let Batman stand there for a minute or so, you can tell that you got that from Mortal Kombat. One thing you have to do is keep uppercutting your enemies and kicking them in the face. And that's it. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, this guy right here, he looks like he just came out of like an office, typing on the computer, and he's going to beat Batman up. I don't think so. I'd say that overall on the Game Gear, there is definitely less Batman games than what's on the Game Boy, but at least you guys have potentially one really good Batman game, but this one right here, unfortunately, you're not going to enjoy it unless you really like Mortal Kombat. Then you still might not enjoy the game because the game is really not the greatest at all. It's just pretty much a beat 'em up game, and it doesn't do a good job at that. So right here is a game that I totally forgot even existed on the Game Gear. It's Adventures of Batman and Robin. And right here is the main menu. We have the option menu right here. Let's check that out. And you can see here, we have the music, sound effects, all that fancy stuff. And we have level 1, and that is a really weird introduction screen right there. I guess this gives us the rundown on what's going to happen in level 1. And another little screen before the level begins. And this is the game right here. Once again, we can use the boomerang in this game. This is another game that if you push the jump button, you jump high, or if you hold the jump button down, you jump really high. Not a big fan of the music, to be honest. This game appears to be just nothing but like a platformer. You actually climb up the building, which is actually pretty cool. Graphically, the game does look good. To be honest, though, the controls do appear to be a little clunky. Especially when you jump, it just doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel as good as the some of the Batman games on the Game Boy. Nonetheless, the game seems like it's easy enough to play. It is very playable. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of the controls on this game. I think everything is good in the game except the jumping itself. The jumping's like really bad. Let's climb all the way up the building right here. Let's try again. And we have to walk across this rope. And we have to jump over here. And try to make it to the other side of the building. A chimney can actually injure Batman. Look at this. Watch this. It's only smoke. The game is playable, but it is clunky. The thing with this game is there's really no way of telling where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to be doing. It's not straightforward. I have no idea if I'm towards the end of the level or not. Of course, I know I could be at the beginning of the level. There really is no indication of what we're supposed to be doing in this game. See there, for me personally, this game is more annoying than enjoyable, but the controls are definitely clunky. I personally don't really like the game at all that much. The graphics are actually not that bad, though. The sound, not a big fan of it. I would say that if you want a challenging game, a platformer beat-em-up game that, of course, it's not going to be the funnest, but it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to play, then I guess this would be the one that would want to go for, especially if you like Batman. If you're going to be collecting Game Gear games, why not?